The Lord be with you. A reading of the Holy Gospel according to John. When Judas had left them, Jesus said, "Now is the Son of Man glorified, and God is glorified in him. If God is glorified in him, God will also glorify him in himself, and God will glorify him at once. My children, I will be with you only a short while longer. I give you a new commandment. Love one another as I have loved you. So you should love one another. This is how they will know that you are my disciples, if you love one another." My brothers and sisters, the gospel of the Lord. I give you a new commandment. Love one another. Did Jesus just say what I think he said? Did I hear him right? Now I'm confused about the love one another. I'm not confused about the love one another. I get that. But I'm puzzled by the use of the word new. Would his disciples have considered the commandment a new one? I thought it was all about God's commandments that the apostles were practicing. Honor thy father and thy mother. Don't kill. Don't steal. Don't tell lies about others. Love your mother and father. You wish you had all the stuff that the other person had. Isn't that love? What's so new about what Jesus was saying? And Jesus goes further, telling his disciples that loving one another would be the other way others would know that the disciples of him. In other words, Jesus seems to be saying that there's the new commandment he's giving them, that they will become the hallmark of who they are. It'll become their dominant trait. That's what will make them different from everyone else, and thereby declare to others that they are followers of Jesus. Well, wasn't that what everybody was supposed to do already? Well, yes and no. There is no question that the commandment requires people to behave a certain way. Some describe what the people had to do, or I should say, others describe what they were forbidden to do. In other words, one of them had a kind of do and a kind of don't quality about them. Certainly served a worthwhile purpose. Keep people from doing anything unjust or harmful. Yet many of them delineated a kind of minimal threshold. That is, provide a basic standard for people to obey. But it didn't necessarily make the ideal the norm. And maybe most importantly, many of the laws and many of the commandments didn't really seem to address a person's attitude. It didn't all describe what was supposed to be going on in a person as they obeyed what was prescribed. And so no one could, in a sense of bad feelings and attitudes on the inside, yet be truly faithful to what they believed God expected of them. And some might even have a bitter feeling about what the law required, or maybe obeyed the law reluctantly, or even present the law or secretly wished harm to others, or they were jealous of others, or whatever. And my dear friends, none of that is love. You see, once we start watering down what we call love, we start moving further and further from what truly is. And if watering down is drastic enough, If it's simply lukewarm or emotional or anemic vision of true love, well, we probably should stop calling it love at all. For all the reasons, every one of us should show, doesn't others originate in. Everybody wants to think that love originates in themselves. It does not. Love originates in God. That's who God is. And there are no conditions on it. And it isn't giving it once in a while and not melted out in little time parcels. God's love, my dear friends, is relentless. It's unconditional. It's unceasingly. It is a force able to transform every person and every situation. And it's what we expect to share, that love that comes to us from our God, who has loved us first. So when Jesus tells his disciples to love one another, he is inviting them to love as God loves. He's asking them not to pick and choose who they're going to love, but simply do it day after day, person after person, and it can't be begrudgingly. That's simply a chore. And it can't be because there's something in it by the giver. That's just another form of selfishness. And it can't be towards those we like. That's not too hard to do. Or people that agree with us. That also is not too hard to understand. It's kind of amazing. This is really kind of amazing that Jesus, nearing the end of his earthly life, this is what he wanted to make sure that the disciples understood. Remember, this person who said lots of things over the course of his life, told countless stories, made all sorts of inspiring speeches, authoritative pronouncements, and yet he did not remind them of these things. What was on his mind was love. And he wanted to make sure that stayed on the mind of his followers too, especially the apostles. And the final question, is that love on yours?